Walking from here to my bedroom and feel like it's miles away. There's too many rooms. And I'm still hard body, I don't feel nobody. And I'm with some riding on my friendships. Solid, I get big deposits on my whips, exotic. Revving the engine, well, city dependent. I gotta finish it, I want opinions. She wanted things, yeah. She want a ring or some sort of arrangement. Something that's dangerous. I wanna change it, I wanna claim it. Yeah. I want it painted. Yeah. She quick to say no cause she know she a diamond. She getting quiet. Yeah. She on the diet, she want a massage. Yeah. Tryna get intimate. Yeah. Bank account never diminishing. Yeah. Niggas are changing their images. Yeah. Niggas act hard but they innocent. Yeah. Hop in the tank and move militant. Yeah. 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 Find me somewhere out in London, you know that's the hideaway. I need some head and some moral support from you right away. Since I've been making donations to you like United Way, you know I do. Stories you told me about him, I can see that it's night and day. You told me the truth. Walking from here to my bedroom and feel like it's miles away. There's too many rooms. And I'm still hard body, I don't feel nobody. And I'm with some riding on my friendships. Solid, I get big deposits on my whips, exotic. Trunk on the engine, I'm on a mission. The Bronco 250, I'm out your division. I got him excited. Know it's been a little minute, I left her delighted. Made her love off a chrome, these suckers despite it. The touch is the Midas. She say, fuck me and calm, I just do it like Lover, but Nike. Ordered a jet for you and your friends. Trophy you running that big body Benz. Got a little bit that came up from nothing. We shopping in London and doing it big. Landed private, but we out in public. I know we the topic for you and your kids. Ice Monopoly gon' broke, not an option. If they could've stopped it, they would've been dead. They would've been dead. She could be the wig. Don't play with my hands, you test my emotions. Don't be testing my phone every day, I'ma leave it on red. Don't digging and stroking. My new bitch pussy wet like an ocean, I need a new spread. The solid one chosen. Ain't gon' wanna stay focused, I can't let them put me on edge.
Put me on edge. I just bust on my wrist and this rose gold and it's an edge. I just put pointers on feds. I just counted to me and all cash and got hit from the feds. Yeah, I just told them if we played, then we stop in the growth for they dreads. I just had to put the pyramid push that I'm never gonna drive them to shed. Build a panoramic goals. We got foes and deuces toast on the big dog.
Today, we're going to talk about the NBA and NHL slates, Trent's goat whale, and let's cast another squad ride. This is Behind the Lines. I really want to fade Tiger today. I hate saying that. It doesn't feel right. I mean, who else has the sack to do it?
How are we not pairing this with Judge? Fading the GOAT, I feel like a Judge pairing is required.
You know, Jovan, I could be convinced, and I think I am.
The Sooners to take care of business by 4+ runs tonight. I think the offense for Oklahoma really picks it up. When you have Kyson Witherspoon on the mound, I will take my chances that the offense is going to do enough to get this into a pretty ugly game.
There's not enough glue guys to go around, Jovan. They got no glue guys in that locker room in Philly. Zero. They got the opposite. They got the most toxic team of all time. They don't give a hoot. Let's leave them in the Big 2-4.
At
least for now. I would have taken Peebles if he was up there.
I'm gonna mute.
Dude, there's no way we're talking about sped up videos.
Dude, he was cooking. He was absolutely cooking. What is going on, chat? Happy BTL Wednesday, episode 663 piece. As always, hold the fry. Joined by your two hosts, Krabs and Jovan, presented by SeatGeek. Jovan, guess where I just got my tickets for the Nats game tomorrow, opening day? Want to take a guess?
You got them at SeatGeek, Krabs.
You already fucking know. You already know I got them on SeatGeek. The best ticket app out there by far, chat. If you're not using SeatGeek, do me a favor, download it right now before you forget. Cannot be easier. Type in SeatGeek on the App Store and then plug in code Bookit10 and you get 10% off every future purchase in the app. If you're not using that already, what are you doing? And every time I bring this up, I see somebody in the chat saying they used it to buy their tickets last week or they used it to buy their tickets for the MLB this weekend. Good. If you're not using that code, what the hell are you doing? 10% off every single purchase in the SeatGeek app. And by the way, you should already be using SeatGeek. All right, go check it out. The best ticket app out there by far. Jovan, you're getting some gas in the chat here for your jerseys in the background. DeGrom and Tatis.
It's about that time to get the goat whale on the wall, Krabs.
It's about that time, folks. And speaking of MLB, speaking of DeGrom, speaking of Tatis, we released the MLB pods earlier today. Can we get some W Gootses, some W Ethans in the chat for editing, grinding, getting that puppy up there this morning? Kind of a long pod, probably wasn't that easy. W's, gents. We appreciate you guys grinding, getting that puppy up there. Do me a favor. Everybody out there listening right now, click on this YouTube link, drop a like, and then come right back to BTL for me, will you? And if you want to get involved even more, W participation, you can drop your World Series future, the team you think wins the World Series, in the chat on the YouTube. I'm going to go through those later today and see who the public futures are, right? The teams who people are taking to win the World Series. I want to see where you guys are putting your coins. Let me know who you think your World Series champ is, and me and Jovan go over those as well on the pods, along with a lot of other shit, right? Players to look out for, Jovan. We got divisions talk, right? Futures for MLB. It's about an hour and a half. W pot.
Sure.
Okay. W pot. Chat, the slate today stinks. Slate today stinks. It ain't much, but it's honest work. And we're going to make do. Don't you worry. We're going to find some winners. All right. Let's go ahead and do the recaps. W squad ride last night, Jovan.
Yep, shout out to Blues.
Let's fucking go, dudes.
Greatest hockey team I've ever seen.
Yeah, I tipped cap and gave credit to the chat yesterday for weeding around my cake and picking a squad ride W. Jovan, I want to give you some credit right now. Stay hot, kid. Stay hot.
Sure.
W squad ride play last night, man. Let's fucking go, dudes.
Love that.
Yes. Let's keep the W's flowing. We're not going to sit up here and celebrate, count our guap, and act like we're fully back. Okay, we have a lot more winners to come before we get to that spot. But squad rides are doing their job right now, knock on wood. We got Turner Mac coming in hot, resubbing as well for 18 months. Can't believe it's been a year and a half. Here's to another year. W. Turner Mac. We appreciate you, Beast. Javon's on a heater. Yeah, let's keep that up, Money Talks. Let's keep that up. Okay. Switzerland JM coming in, resubbing as well. OG Sour coming in, Jovan, dropping a 5-unit sub whale. How about OG Sour?
That's
Sure.
hard. Love that.
That's so much heart, dude. That's so much heart. We got Dude I Admit coming in, dropping a resub as well during TMA. WTMA earlier today. W Mikey, WLC. We got A Ratty coming in, dropping a resub as well for 29 months. Who else wants to get involved? We got a hype train moving to Groovin', folks. Those don't grow on trees. Let's go, Pega. Let's go, chat. Sure we can. And W's OG Sour again for that 5-unit whale. You're him. You're him. Okay? So ready for MLB. Oh, my gosh. We got Geek Goot in the chat. Life is good. We got baseball in T-minus like 24 hours, give or take. 27 hours. I'm no mathematician, but Jovan, I'm so ready. And I know you are too. And I know Geek Goot is as well. No way we're getting Kent State odds flashing up on the screen while we're talking right now. No fucking shot. First time I look up on the stream, Goots, and I see that. Can't make it up.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Hoskins home runs bumped up a whole home run. Oh, is that true, Pax Picks?
Sure.
Wow.
I think it's just all, everything's just volume based, I guess, on PP. I haven't looked, but.
Yeah. I mean, people are telling they're going to move it up. That's how it works.
Yeah.
It's okay. Nothing you can do. Can we confirm the White Sox are making the playoffs? Mook. No, I don't even know what kind of joke to make for that. But go check out, listen to the pods if you want to see who we think is making the playoffs this year. Got a couple good futures, couple teams we've got our eyes on. We did talk about the White Sox. We touched on every single team. I know all you guys have a team, right? Whether you're obsessed with baseball or whether you're just a nonchalant fan, whatever. All you guys have a team. We touch on every single team on that pod. Do me a favor, go check it out. And yep, Z-Shrek, sure. Krabs loves the Dodgers this year. Yeah, go check out my Dodgers take on that puppy. Okay? All right, let's keep moving to Groovin'. Jovan, I want to go over the recap for the Sharp report yesterday, and this one's going to be quick because there's a lot of red from my sector over there. 1-4 from me. Jesus, man. We're going to bounce back today. I'm saving the winners for when we need them. And we might need them tonight for the squad ride, to be honest with you.
You're just warming them up, Krabs. Warming them up for the diamond.
Yeah.
That's all I see.
This is unacceptable. 2 days in a row of shit plays. Have to bounce back today. I like my plays better today. Don't love the slate that much today, but I like my plays today. We're going to bounce back, and let's hope we cash another squad rides. Okay, whether it's mine or Javon's play, I don't give a hoot as long as it's fucking green, please. Okay?
I would love to clap it up for Denny not getting hurt for the first time, I think, since I've taken him.
Yes.
Love that.
Yes.
Shout out, Denny.
Couple things. We got True Tyler coming in, ready to get to Nats Park this year, Krabs, and sweat that over wins. Hell yeah, True Tyler. Let me know. I'll be there tomorrow. I think Lockmyth is going to be there as well. I got to link up with him and get a pick and a beer or something with the legendary Phillies fan, Lockman. Yeah, chat, let's keep moving and grooving here. I do want to talk about, Trent's Goat Whale coming up, and we've got a lot of baseball to talk about and the Sharp Report plays. So let's keep moving and grooving here. Why don't we go right to Trent's Goat Whale and take a peep at that puppy? What do you guys think? He dropped the video. If you guys haven't seen it, you need to go check that out. W Sharklark, W Trent. Great fucking work. Great video. Jovan, Ellie, I'm sure you can sign off on that puppy. Jordan running it back. Surely that works. Mike Trout. I love that angle. Please stay healthy. We all need it. Go well aside. Can we get one more year of a healthy elite Trout, please? It's been a couple years. I want to see it again. I know it's in there. Baseball's a better place when Mike Trout's hitting nukes. Okay? Jacob deGrom. Sure. W play. And then the Paul Skeens play. More than 4.5, 10-plus strikeout games. Now, I'll be honest with you, Jovan. I'd rather him take that than just the overall strikeouts.
I agree.
Barring any injury. You agree?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Are there any squares on here you don't care for?
There's no squares that I'm like aggressively against,
Okay.
which there usually isn't because I get double checked with, but I'm shocked that Ellie made it on here. There is going to be an insane amount of bitching about Ellie all year because Trent, not only does he always bitch about Ellie, but Ellie either goes cold or red hot. And Trent thought he was horrible last year, and we were talking about it, and didn't even sniff this number when in reality he was awful for parts of the season and still went over this last year too. So it's going to suck because we'll be sweating out the Reds too, but I'm so excited to hear the bitching about Ellie when he has a bad game.
That is going to be cinema. Absolute cinema. I like this Goat Whale. I know a couple of these squares were definitely, the Carfax were checked with you on a couple of those squares, which is a good thing, right? But the ones that he picked, I like. Mike Trout, Jordan. I don't have the sack to fade Jordan. That guy's a fucking beast. If he can stay healthy, he's going to go out there and do job. Same with Mike Trout, man. We need to see it. I like the DeGrom angle. I like the Ellie angle. That one's going to be a sweat. You're 100% right. And the Skeens one, let's hope he can stay healthy because that kid's a freak. If he does, he'll get that done as well.
Yeah.
Right?
The thing is, there's a lot of health. There is in every Goat Whale. There's a lot of health involved in his Goat Whale, but I feel like obviously I'm on DeGrom, so I'm going to defend DeGrom. But DeGrom, Jordan, and Trout are all the same, where they're actively doing things or making a big change this season to stay on the field for longer. Which, like DeGrom's slowing the velo down, and managing his innings. Trout's moving to right field for a bit. Jordan's going to be almost full-time DH, partially because of the guys they lost. It's like now, if you're going to pick guys, I guess, to have a healthy season, I guess this is kind of buying low on them. So you couldn't probably pick any guys that are having health problems usually to do that with. So can respect that, certainly.
Yeah, chat's thinking Ellie's going to be sketch. Geek Goot hates it. We'll see how it plays out. That's the most bitching by far in the chat for Trent's Goat Whale here on that Ellie square. If that's the case, I think he's in a pretty good spot.
Yeah.
All right. W Goat Whale, Trent. I'll be rooting for you. I'll be tailing that puppy. Not for as much as Ryan of the BTL one, but I'll throw $100 on that. Yeah. Literally tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern or whatever time they play after his first at bat. He's going to ground out.
He's going to be bitching. He's going to
act like it's already kicked. I can't wait.
He's going to act like it's so caked. Tomorrow, if you don't get multiple Ellie hits, if you don't get a Jordan or Trout home run, he's chalking it. If Skeens doesn't have 10 Ks against the Marlins too, he's chalking it.
Yep.
Moving on.
Goots, I know you're doing a lot right now, and you're absolutely killing it behind the scenes. You mind pinning the BTL Goat Whale to the BTL Twitter account for the peeps? I know they were asking for it in the chat a little bit here.
Yeah, I pinned the pod, but I can pin the Goat Whale as well.
Or can you retweet the Goat Whale tweet?
I'll retweet it
so that it's fresh on the feed. Thank you, bro. Chat, if you guys want to tail the BTL Goat Whale, Gootsy's going to repost it.
I'll put the link in the chat as well.
W's. Thanks, Goots. All right. Let's keep moving and grooving here. We will get to the Sharp Report in a second. You guys are going to geek at some of these plays that we've got. We got a hype train moving and grooving as well, guys. So W's, we appreciate all the subbies coming in. We appreciate all the chats coming in hot. Can we touch on how the Bookit Twitter community is? Thanks for all the laughter. Yeah, OG Sour. Had a really good time last night going through some of my old camera feeds and trying to find some funny vids. I mean, that Diamondback sell job I posted in there last night, that video is ridiculous. That might have been the first bad beat in Surge Stream history. Jovan hitting a fucking nuke down the right field line and busting ass around the bases.
Freshman club awesome. Baseball. How the fuck's that clip even surfaced, dude?
We got people looking up stats and statistics for all of the creators in their high school days. Hilarious.
So funny.
Hilarious. Trent doing the jewel. I mean, yeah, Nerfy Chat, I cannot believe that's real. Did he get college credit for that video? Texas Christian University accepted that? That's accepted a jewel review? That's fucking awesome.
Trent makes my degree look worse and worse every day. I just feel so bad about it. Staring at it on the wall, man. Like it feels like I accomplished nothing. Got Trent out here talking about jewel for a project. He's
Trent fraternity pick. I mean, come on.
Horrible.
Trent, we gotta have a talk about your fit at the tailgates. You're gonna have to
have the shirt too. That was funny.
Insane shirt. Okay. All right, let's move. Let's groove. All right, I want to get to the Sharp Report for today so we can maybe talk a little bit more about baseball tomorrow. But let's get right into it here, folks. Let's get right into these Sharp Reports. All right, we'll go over these straight bets here first. And I did not hear any bell, Jovan, with Illinois State. I'm going right back to them after they didn't cover last night, but they won. I want to take them on the ML tonight. You don't have to worry about them not covering here in this spot. They opened up a short favorite, and they've gotten steamed up to -2.5, -3, depends on where you're looking. And that's because this team is going to win this CBI tournaments. They were the clear-cut favorites based on the odds pre-tourney, which I thought was kind of weird, and they were getting some line respect. Now I'm starting to see why. And seeing them up to -2.5 as well against a not very impressive Cleveland State team. It's very well coached, but it doesn't have much talent. I'll take the Redbirds here. I'll take Illinois State, who's having a great season this year, to get it done on the ML. Johnny Kinziger, this kid's a sophomore, but he's probably their best player, averages close to 15 points per game. Watch out for him. Watch out for Chase Walker, the sophomore, as well for the Redbirds. They've got bodies. They've got more talent. Let's just hope they don't get out-coached. But what a year it's been for Illinois State, and seeing them up to -2.5 against I don't want to call Cleveland State a blue blood mid-major, but this is a Cleveland State team that is above average damn near every year in college basketball. They're always pretty solid. They're very well coached. They've made it to the real tournament, the Big Dance, before in previous seasons. I want to take the Redbirds here, catching steam, which I thought was some serious respect for Illinois State, and they've been dialed in all season. I want to ride with them tonight.
Sure, I'm in.
It's a 5 p.m. Eastern start. Okay, so kind of early, actually. That's kind of fire on ESPN2. Give me the Redbirds on the ML. Looking pretty sharp. We'll swing it around to Jovan straight bets here. Very, very excited to see what he's on. How about an under on the ice? It's been a while. Okay.
Been a bit. Yeah. This is a pretty big game, Krabs, for both teams, because both of these teams are right on the cusp of the wild card, and we're getting towards the end of the season here. And this is a game where a lot of teams for opposing fans are going to be very locked in, especially for the Islanders side of things. But both these teams, like I said, a couple games out. I think the Canucks are a little further than the Islanders are. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat, outside of the wild card. But these teams have been printing overs, which is a little irregular for the way these two teams play hockey. Part of that's been because of just changing goaltender situations. Like right now, that's not really changed because I think Lankinen's still a little banged up. So you're probably going to see Demko again. But it's 4 overs in a row for the Canucks, 5+, I guess, for the Islanders. Now in this game that I think is going to be very tight, very compact, a lot in the the defensive side of hockey, especially for the Islanders. I think this is where they get back to their ways of just a slow pack it in game where they don't let much get through to either goaltender. So I think this is a score first and you sit back type game with all the implications going on. And after both these teams really have had a couple of very obvious looking unders for the past couple weeks against these teams that play similar styles of hockey than they do. This is where I think you finally get one, because they've been playing super aggressive, both of these teams, because they've been in spots with their backs against the wall where they've had to do so. Now I think this is where you get just a classic defensive game from these two. So
sure,
I know it's not the greatest, I guess, relying on Demko. I think making another start, I would have loved if it was Lankinen, especially Road Lankinen, because he's the greatest goalie of all time. But I'm fine with that, and I think Sorokin's not going to have too tough of a time back there tonight either. I don't think they're going to let much get to him. So taking the under.
Yeah, a couple things that I can add on here. I mean, the Islanders have hit 5 straight overs, at least. Vancouver has hit 4 straight overs. When these two teams have faced off, they've hit at least 5 straight overs going back to at least 2023. This is a disgusting under. And it's catching about 10 cents of steam as well from the opener. I love it. And I'm just praying that we see a weird goals allowed square go up on Prize Picks at some point involving one of these two gents, right? I would love that. Give me this under, man. I'm in. Love that play.
Sure.
Hell yeah. All right, we'll come back to the Lake Show. I want to go over one of my plays here. Before I do, though, Z Shrek is asking the right questions in chat. How is Kent State not on Krabs cards? Z Shrek, I got bullied out of it, man. I was bullied out of it on the BTL call before this show. So I will blame that on...
I'm all for you taking what
guy.
your heart desires, Krabs.
I'll blame it on him. I'll blame it on Gucci. Vintage Crab would have done it. I also did promise to do a mac and cheese review if I ever bet on Kent State again and they lose. And I really don't want to eat mac and cheese, boys. I fucking hate mac and cheese. I hate it. Hate its guts. That's not what I need the day before opening day. Not what I need. That might be worse than the Dollar Dogs down at the Ranger Stadium.
Horrible.
That's a weird thing to hate, Easy Puck says. Look, I don't make the rules. I just follow them. Okay? Also, that team should never be bet on. All jokes aside. Okay? And Jovan had a good point. I've been very good over the last week or so. Not betting on that team, trying to ignore that team playing. And hey, there's been some texts in the BTL group chat from some people. I'm not going to name names, but could be maybe this guy over here putting in the lines for the Kent State game, trying to get me going. And I've been very good not taking them. And Jovan said earlier today, if you take him now, it's fucking cake, pretty much. And he's probably right.
Yeah.
I can't hop in now. I just got to let him go on and win the fucking NIT at this point, right? Good for them. Mac and cheese on the wheel. Okay. Krabs, mac and cheese, or that 12 hot dog and a helmet thing at Citi Field. Give me the dogs.
Yeah, you know what? I'll say it. I think it's soft if Krabs not go to Citi Field and get that this year. I think it's absolutely Charmin Ultra.
You get a bucket of 12 hot dogs?
You either get a bucket of get a bucket of 12, or you come down here and you get the boomstick Krabs.
Never seen Chad agree more with something. Ever. I've never seen such a consensus agreement.
Just facts.
Chat. That's a lot of dogs.
Could just get the boomstick Krabs and solve it all. Boomstick slaps.
Nothing like a bucket of dogs to take the edge off, huh? I mean, who came up with that idea?
I like the idea. Love the idea.
Who signed off on the bucket of dogs?
It's a lot of
beef.
Up.
Too much beef. To be honest.
Boomstick. Boomstick is for sure the easy way out. I think that's less dog.
Steve Combs was too focused on New York golf club that he let the hot dogs slip. Krabs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they fucking lost.
Yeah. Bucket of glizzies, man. Grow up. Grow up. Nerfy Chad, it can't be cheap. It can't be cheap. All right. Let's keep moving and grooving. Enough talking about, hot dog challenges and shit. Let's lock the fuck in here. Let me get the Nets tonight on the ML, Jovan. I want to go to the NBA here, and this is how I'm doing it. Give me the Nets as favorites, catching a little bit of steam as well against Toronto, a team that you were kind of talking about them earlier, a team that has beaten some good teams recently. I mean, they just beat the Wizards. That might not be a good team. And they've been covering some games, at least more than Brooklyn's been. Brooklyn's been on a 4-game losing streak right now. Both these teams stink. Toronto has looked better, I guess, overall in the second half of the season, but they're dealing with some injuries as well. And this Nets team, I was a little bit shocked, though, to see them up to -2.5 here with them coming off of 4 straight Ws. The odds is saying Nets and Raps seems like a coin flip. Yeah, I kind of agree, and that's why I was shocked to see the Nets catching any sort of steam, but they are home, right? And there was a couple Prize Picks squares, and I'll talk about one in a little bit, but the Prize Picks board made it seem like it's going to be the Nets night and not so much Toronto's night. So we'll talk about one of those squares in a moment here, but I'm liking Brooklyn, a team that probably doesn't deserve to be a favorite against anybody right now. I'll take them catching some steam on the ML.
Sure.
All right. Let's swing it around. I think Javon's got an NBA play as well.
Yep.
The Lake
Go
Show.
to the Lake Show.
Sure.
Snapping the streak tonight. Seems like Rui's going to be back. How close to 100% he is, I don't really know. But it's a little bit of size they'll get back, which will be huge. Obviously, this game's going to be up-tempo. Tyrese Halliburton's been playing incredible basketball over the past really month, and he's got the streak going on, 11 straight double-doubles, which I'm sure you'll talk about, which has led to the Pacers playing absolutely amazing ball. And Lakers have been really, really bad over like the past handful of games. Like the Bucks game really doesn't count because nobody really played in that game, but got slapped, full strength on near full strength with the Bulls and just lost that game to the Magic in Orlando. So now you come back, you're playing in Indiana. It's a high-paced game. I think offensively they're going to have time to do whatever they want because the Pacers really stretch the three-point line, or I guess they try to defend the three-point line really, really well, which if you're the Lakers, all you're going to do is just run a bunch of pick and roll all day and get every mismatch you want. That's how their offense rolls. That's when their offense is at the strongest. Frankly, their offense is not at its best when Luke is having to facilitate to all these three-point shooters because they're not hitting them. And you really have to rely on them to get hot. DFS is just paused, never in crowd. Gabe Vincent is super inconsistent. Austin Reeves is fantastic, but really other than that, all these guys have been really inconsistent, which especially the last couple games has really hurt them. So now you get a team where it's going to be a little easier to get to the paint because they let you do that, and they will do anything in their power to keep you off the three-point line. Luka is going to do whatever he wants. LeBron's probably going to get a triple-double or do whatever he wants. I'll take my chances that the streak's going to be snapped tonight against the Pacers, who are just the greatest team of all time, and Tyrese Halliburton is the MVP all of a sudden. We'll see how it plays out tonight.
Yeah, Halliburton's been playing some really good basketball of late. Some inspired ball.
Really good ball.
Diamond, dishing, scoring, doing it all.
Yeah.
All right, back in the Lake Show. Thinking the Pacers, a little legacy run here. Their little legacy stretch comes to an end.
Yeah.
The Lake Show coming into town. All right. We'll come back to that Wizards over. Sure. Excited to hear who you think carries that over. Let me take you back to college basketball here for a sec, folks. Let me get the Anteaters up and moving. You guys mind if I get the Anteaters up and moving? -4.5. They opened up -5.5, which I thought was some serious respect against Yaxel Lendeborg, who is a really good player, future NBA player, but when the lights are bright, this guy stinks. And this guy never shows up, at least more often than not. I want to fade Yaxel. I want to fade this legacy UAB team that everybody loves betting on. They are a public dog today, and I want to fade them. And I thought that was some serious respect seeing UC Irvine, the Anteaters. I know they're a 1 seed in this tourney, but typically in this tourney, at this point, the spreads are pretty tight. I thought that was some serious respect for Irvine. I thought the spread would be closer to a pick 'em, to be honest with you. And I want to fade UAB. I want to fade Yaxel, who probably will still go out there and put up a good stat line, but the guy doesn't win big games. The guy makes bad turnovers when his team needs him to keep the ball secure. I don't know what it is, but this UAB team, when they need big wins, I feel like they always collapse. And I'll take them to lose in the quarterfinals here to a UC Irvine team that's catching some line respect with that opener. I think they win this game by 5+. Give me the Anteaters. And I think it's going to be our guy here, Bent Lushton. You guys heard this kid or seen this kid play before? He's a beast, big man. And I think he's going to be one hell of a mismatch nightmare for UAB down low, especially if Yaxel's, moving around the court, playing up by the three-point arc. You're going to see Bent, get his way and dominate the paint on both ends of the floor, on defense and on offense. This kid's a stud. Bent. What a name. If you guys haven't seen him play yet, he's kind of a beast. 7-footer from Germany. Carries this offense, carries his team. He's a beast. He's a senior. I'm sure he wants to go out on top. I'll back Bent Lushton and the UC Irvine Anteaters, laying 4.5 against Yaxel, a trendy public dog.
Sure. I'm in on that. Dude, Bent was just giving UCSD some problems and a couple of times, actually. But
yeah, he's good. He's one of the better bigs that doesn't really get any respect. I hope he has another year of eligibility, and I'm sure they'll find one for him. Not really that hard to do these days, but that's another guy who's probably going to hit the portal and go somewhere good for one more year after this tourney. So he's still trying to go out there and prove that he's a beast, and I'm sure there's going to be some people watching, right?
Yep.
That diamonds and one with Bent is nasty. Yeah, T-Bent steak, bro. Kid's a stud, and I really do like this Irvine team. Let's go Anteaters, all right? Hate to burst the bubble, but that hot dog helmet isn't real. No way it's Ray Ray.
No way.
That's fake news?
Wretched.
That's crazy. I need to know a little bit more about that, Ray Ray. Let me know. Easy Puck's confirming as well. It should be fake. That's a ridiculous thing to give away at a fucking game.
Well, that means boomstick, Krabs.
Hey, I will challenge the boomstick. I'll see what it's all about when I come down there. I'm in. Totally fake news. It was an AI image. Okay. I mean, to be honest, that makes a lot of sense, and they got us. They got us. I'm kind of happy to hear that that bucket doesn't exist, to be completely honest.
Boomstick it is, Krabs.
Boomstick it is. Peg, I'm not going to roast the TMA squad for putting together a lineup. I don't care if it's a demon or gobble lineup. And knowing me, I'll chirp it and then it'll hit. All right, let's swing it around here. Jovan, you got one more straight bet for the peeps. How about the over in the WizKids game? Sure.
Couldn't help it. You said we were talking about this game being absolutely horrid. Then you're like, the total's moving up. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
let me take a peep and wonder why that is. Because I know I saw the Sixers last game. They played the Pelicans of all teams and got held under 100 points. Obviously, they're tanking at the highest level. But the Wizards really haven't been putting up many points either. It's been 4 games since they've even crossed 110. 5 of their last games, they've been under that mark. 5 of their last 6 games, they've been under that mark. So when we see a total move up as high as this one is with no real positive injury news, it was pretty strange to me. And I guess the one positive thing you have going is for the Sixers, you asked who's going to carry this. The other guy, one of the other guys in the NBA who's the greatest basketball player of all time now for God knows what reason, Quentin Grimes, is going to be up and active tonight, it seems. And he's also going to be playing with noted respecter of coin, Yabusele, who I guess all this month they've started, end of February, they stopped giving him minutes because they were limiting his with everybody else's for whatever reason. And now I guess they don't care enough to limit his minutes because he's been playing normal minutes now. So that'll be great because you're obviously playing a team in the Wizards who can't stop a single thing at the rim. So I think Yabusele can absolutely grub against them. And Quentin Grimes will probably drop 40 because that's pretty much what he does. But I mean, just horrendous defense for all guards or against all guards is what the Sixers have been doing as of late. So Poole wants to chuck, be my guest. If Carrington wants to show up and be good for the first time maybe in 3 months, fantastic. But I think the Wizards can have a field day. Somebody's going to be Pork. It doesn't really just have to be Poole. But I think this is just a game where all defense goes out the window. If they're going to tank, it's going to be towards the end of the game.
Okay. Love this play. A couple weird things that stick out to me. Obviously, some serious movement towards that over, which makes no sense because you don't see this every day, folks. An extremely public under. Like, I am baffled right now. I don't see unders like this getting this much bet percentage or handle percentage. I know it doesn't mean everything, but getting over 80% of the bets and over 75% of the handle on this under on the green book, that's absurd. You don't see unders that are that public. An 80% bet total on an under is like 95% for an over. That's insane. Like, you don't see 80% of bet percentages on an under, right? Nobody fucking bets unders. That's absurd. And with that being said, the total's been moving up. Yeah. Very interesting. And who wants to bet on an over involving these two moose shit teams? Maybe last year when the Wizards were scoring 150 a game and playing zero defense. This year, they can't even fucking score at times. So it's not like it's that, easy looking of an over where you can lean on both these teams not playing a lick of defense. The Wizards haven't even been scoring. Weird that it's moving up, especially looking at the splits.
Yeah.
I like that over,
get some gross squares up and moving. I mean, Yabusele just might be good tonight. I'll say it.
Yep.
I'll say it.
Fuck. That's a terrible sign, Goots. It scares me. That's totally okay, though. Let's go to Jovan's prize pick squares here. We'll make you guys wait for the crazy fucking squares I put up there. Jovan, take us to the ice. You got 2 more than point squares that you're eyeing today.
Yeah, and I'm going back to this one that I took a couple games ago in a game where I didn't really love goals. We ended up seeing him at the end. He wasn't involved, so I couldn't get a point out of him then. I think we're getting one out of him now with a significantly better matchup. I guess it was a little different. The read in the last one was that they were going to kind of pinhole the offense to where if he doesn't distribute or if he doesn't get an assist, I don't think they're going to score much. This one's very different because I think everybody can get involved in this, frankly, because the Blackhawks, I say this about a lot of teams, you funnel the puck into the middle of the ice. It's just easy pickings. They rip on all of these teams. And Luke Hughes is a defenseman. And weirdly, you wouldn't think of a defenseman as being somebody who would do that. It's ripping in the middle of the ice to work more horizontally, more laterally. But Luke Hughes gets a majority of assists in the middle of the ice. So that's a lot in transition. That's a lot in just tip-ins. It's a lot in all of that. So he's very involved. Also quarterbacking the power play, even though the Blackhawks PP or PK has weirdly been really good as of late. But I think the Devils in this game specifically, because they've had a couple of games where they really haven't been very aggressive, and a lot of that's because they're trying not to. They're trying to play more defensive because Jack Hughes is out. They can't really afford to play super aggressive because it exposes them in the back. Now you get a Blackhawks team where you can rip. So I think they're going to do it. I think Luke Hughes is going to be involved. I think it sets up well for everybody on his line on the power play, obviously, and his regular line on the ice. So I'm taking him to get a point again. And then Morgan Geekie is the trickier one. I wanted to take his SOGs. I figured they'd have a demon at a 2.5, but they have like the Gob at 1.5 and then the 3.5, which is kind of a fat jump for a guy like Morgan Geekie. But regardless, they switched up the lines. The Bruins finally did, and they've been on a slide. They've just been playing horrendous hockey, and now they're going to Anaheim and their Dogs, which is pretty funny, and they deserve to with the way they've been playing for the last couple of weeks. But they switched up the lines to where Geekie is now on the second line with Zaka and Lysell, which means that you get no Pasternak. He's a little bit like with Zaka in the middle. He's going to be super aggressive on that side. So I think it's very liable that he scores. I think he scored last game too, but I think he's also going to be ripping in this game. So if I can get a 2.5 on the books for SOGs as well, I'm going to take that. But I'm taking his point because I think he's going to be involved somewhat in the scoring aspect of this game. And I think he can do it himself. I think with the top line, that's now Pasternak, Middlestat, and I think Marat's on the left side of that line. They're going to be pretty aggressive, but I think Geekie kind of has more agency to be aggressive on his side because I don't know where the offense is going to come from or the aggressiveness is going to come from on that line outside of him, and you're playing the Ducks where you have a pretty good matchup to do so. So I think he'll be involved.
Yeah, any relation to Geekie and Geek Goot?
Don't think so.
Okay. We'll have to look into that. All right, 2 point squares on the ice. And you said you liked the Luke Hughes one, maybe a hair better than the Geekie one?
Yeah.
All right. W plays on the ice. Let's hope they go like yesterday's squares. Please.
Sure.
Please. Need it. Knock on wood. All right, let's flip it around to my squares here, Gootsy. Yep, there it is. Boom. Tyrese Halliburton, he's been a double-double machine, right? Every game, it's a double-double. It's free. It's air. They win. They cover. He drops, goes more than his points. He goes more than his assists every game, and everybody's rich, right? It's that easy. Man, I wish it was. I wish it was. And seeing this at 10 when it's at 10.5 on the books, that's fucking weird. They're just giving you a better line on Prize Picks for fun. Giving you a better chance to cash them more than. Come on, folks. You've seen this movie before. And against a Lakers team that I think could get the win. Jovan, I think I've been swayed, convinced on your side there that maybe that is a little bit weird with a potentially banged up LeBron. Who knows if he's going to play? And the Lakers coming off of 3 wins, them catching steam, flipping to a favorite. I think I could be convinced there, getting on boards. And I certainly don't want to back Tyrese Halliburton to do anything good today. Not in this spot, not after hearing that Lakers sell job. So give me the less than 10 assists for Tyrese Halliburton. The streak ends tonight. Probably the nastiest square you can take on the board tonight.
11 double-doubles in a row.
Insane.
Krabs
he's got him with these.
Legit him tonight.
We'll see. Going to be the smartest guy on earth or the dumbest guy on the planet?
Sure.
We'll find out. Geek Goot Krabs, Jovan Goots in a men's softball league incoming. That would be elite. That would feed fams. Money Talk Sports. That would feed fams. Money Talk Sports also saying Stars and Reg. Cake display. Brutal.
Dude, the in-reg just needs to be stopped, man. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I knew the second that I had Sens up there and I started talking about him more, we were going to hear Sens and Reg, and what do you know, on stream, there it comes. It just never hits.
And there it is.
Never hits, man.
All right, Jovan. Well, I got an even weirder fucking square to talk about here real quick. Jalen Wilson. You guys got eyes on this square? Anybody seen that square? Anybody giving it a peep? Anybody giving it a look? It's pretty
Crazy
red.
looking square.
How about a quad bagel for you? How about a quad bagel? How about a 4-piece? And then I'm looking at the odds. I'm seeing a -135 for Jalen Wilson to get 2 assists, Jovan. What is going on? Vegas said, I don't know this person. I'm a casual. This kid was a stud on Kansas a couple years ago. Carried them to that. Was he on the Natty team with Christian Brown? I think he was.
I believe he was, yeah.
I think he was. Yes. I think he was. Cam Johnson is out. Sure. Yeah, there's some things in this game that make this square make more sense. Okay, sure. Right? He'll get more PT out there. 100%. Still weird square. Still coming off of 4 bagels. And I'm still taking his more than. 1.5 assists for Jalen Wilson. Extremely wrecked. And super, super juicy to the more than on the books. This square is not going to be up long, folks. Get involved.
Sure.
Okay? Any thoughts on that square, basketball-wise?
Yeah, I mean, I'm certainly down. I know a lot of the Twitter cappers like to take Cam Johnson assists a lot, and it seems that the offense, I don't know if it's necessarily always the same when he's out, but when they have a matchup inside that they can take advantage of, whether it's Claxton or whoever coming off the bench, they love to feed from there. It's like you're playing the Raptors. I don't even know if I can say G League team at this time. It might be worse than that already have no presence down there, so I could so be it.
Okay. Let's fucking go. All right. W squares, chat. Those are gross, aren't they? Cam and Clax, 2-man game is fire. If he can do it too, it'll be air. Okay.
Yeah, that's what they love to do against undersized teams. So, I mean, if they give Jalen Wilson the same role, I don't think it's going to be 100% the same. Like Cam Johnson had 8 assists last game against the Mavericks. It's not going to be that, but all we need is 2, obviously.
Yeah, we don't need 8. Sure. No way, Money Talk Sports. Wemby's out. What happened? Also, all jokes aside, crazy news about Damian Lillard, man. That sucks.
Yeah.
Blood clot or whatever. Is he about to be out for the rest of the year?
I believe so.
Probably, right?
Yeah, I think they said indefinitely.
That's no joke. That sucks. Yeah. That sucks. Prayers up to him. I know we have him in our NBA Go Well, but that's bigger than the fucking BTL NBA Go Well. That's serious health concern. So I guess he had a weird calf strain and didn't know what was going on for a couple of days. Docs looked at it. Turns out it was a blood clot. That's scary as shit. Yeah. Make sure you guys are going to the fucking doctor, man. That's all I got to say about that. That's scary as hell. Garrett Cole, Tommy John out for the year. No way Devils are rock chalk. When did that happen? Hey, we don't root for injuries over here, but we are very aware of that puppy. That cost me a goat whale square. People forget. Big Bubs 12 coming in hot. Resubbing as well for 3 months. Hell yes. Hell yes. All right, let's keep moving to grooving here, Jovan. Enough talking about the Sharp reports. Okay. Why don't we dive in and talk about some plays for today?
Sure.
Do you have any thoughts in college basketball? I know there's not many games today. The ones that are going on kind of suck. I went over a couple plays, but anything I'm missing? Anything you wanted to go over in these couple handful of college basketball games?
I mean, I don't really have too much in the other games. I think that Kent State game is going to be absolutely disgusting. Would not be surprised if they come through, but I think if that's the case, it doesn't come through with many points against Loyola's defense. So kind of like that under. I'm with you on Illinois State and kind of diverse portfolio here. I kind of like the over in that UC Irvine game, especially because I think they're going to do everything in their power, which it kind of works. It's not like they have to do anything out of the ordinary, but Yaxel has been a point guard now, pretty much, bringing the ball up the court, facilitating, doing everything for them, and that's the easiest way to get Big Ben out of the paint. So I think UAB is not going to have to work super slow in the half court anymore. They're going to go a little faster because they want to get Ben out. So I think that'll lead to a little faster pace of play. UC Irvine's going to have to shoot over the top of UAB, which I think will work, and it'll be back and forth.
Okay. Yeah, I can't back Yaxel in a big game here, man. Can't do it.
Is it that big of a game, though, Krabs?
It's one of the bigger games of the year.
I know, but we're NIT semis, man.
He plays on.
I feel like I feel like both Memphis games were bigger than this.
It's a huge game in my mind.
Huge. Yes, the Memphis games were certainly bigger than this. And shout out UAB for fucking folding like a Dollar Tree lawn chair in those games as well.
Yeah.
What do we think about the Clay Holmes 4K square? If I see one more person take Clay Holmes more than tomorrow, I might be boycotting baseball. Sure. It's all 8 billion. Every person has his more than. I don't really get it, Geek Goot. I mean, I like Clay Holmes, and sure, maybe there's some value here, right, with him, taking the ball and being a starter as opposed to being a closer. And maybe you get him locking in, not really having the starting pitcher mindset where you save some gas in the tank for the later innings. Maybe he goes out there and just shoves like he's closing out every inning. And maybe you see him fucking, get his strikeout numbers up. I don't know. I'm not taking it. It's probably the most public angle I've heard for tomorrow's opening day so far. So I'll be off of it, but I understand why people are taking it. I'm not fading it. Krabs take Kent State if they lose. Lobster Mac in real life. See, this might rub some people the wrong way as well. I'm not a big lobster guy. Don't be fooled by the name.
I mean,
not a big lobster guy.
Unbelievable. Just unbelievable, man.
Yeah, I prefer no lobster in there.
I can't with crabs sometimes, dude. I can't.
I know.
I can't.
It's not even made up, dude. I legitimately don't like lobster. What am I supposed to do? Just lie? Pretend?
Dude, I mean, it's just not all that different from crab.
Oh, it's extremely different. Don't get me started on that path.
It's not different enough to hate one and love the other. Like I just don't get that.
Night and day difference. Krabs does not order chicken tenders at the steakhouse. Packs picks.
No, Goots orders some chicken tenders though. we went to Peppermill.
I ordered tenders at fucking Peppermill. It's not a steakhouse, Trevon.
Oh, I'm just saying.
We're not at Ruth Chris.
Not at Ruth Chris, but we did go somewhere. We went to Peppermill, and Goots legit got, what was it? It was chicken tenders, fries, and a milkshake.
Yeah, Mikey talked about it. Yep, that's what I got. That's what I wanted.
Absurd.
The night before, I had a burger. So, I mean.
Goots gets what he wants.
I get what I want.
Yeah. Goots did make Rav look like less of an iPad kid. Yeah, I think Goots had that title for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean.
Goots, can we pin this comment in the chat? ATV 1 of 1 as a Maryland guy, blue crab over lobster. He's right.
Where's that?
Maybe pin that up for the next couple days.
Where is it?
If you don't mind.
Where is it?
You don't have to actually pin it.
I would like to pin it.
All right.
Can't
Jovan,
find
any other plays in college basketball, my man?
No.
Okay. Big Bubs coming in, resubbing. You're him, Big Bubs. You're actually him. We appreciate you. All right, let's get the CBB out of here. Let's head to the NBA. I want to ask Jovan about a couple of these other games. Obviously some injuries going on here with the Knicks, Jovan, tonight. And they're not playing their best ball of the season anyways. I mean, they've lost 2 of their last 4 games. The Clippers are playing pretty well right now, but they're coming off a loss in their last game. They're sitting at -4.5 right now. Do you think it's the Clippers, or do you think that line is right, considering the Knicks are without, I believe, Brunson?
They've been
and a couple other guys as well.
I mean, I would lean the Clippers, but that is just a game of terrorism that I have absolutely no inkling of getting involved in.
Okay. Yep. I really don't either, to be honest with you, but thought there was some respect for the Clippers, but there are some injuries for the Knicks. What about Milwaukee and Denver? That spreads up to 8. Obviously, no Damian Lillard, like I was talking about earlier, Jovan.
Yeah, no Giannis either. Here I'm pretty sure.
No Giannis either. Yeah, he's a game time.
Correct me if I'm wrong on that, chat, but I feel
out against Denver.
Pretty sure I saw that he was out.
Yeah, as of a couple minutes ago. Good call. So no Dame, no Giannis, and the Bucks are only getting 8 points. Kind of want to buy the bad news here. And Denver,
yeah, maybe seems a little short.
Yeah, they're saying your mom and pa's Nuggets. I feel like they have not looked as dominant this season. And maybe Milwaukee's a good play here, buying the bad news without their 2 stars here.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell you no. I'm a little surprised that line's not touching double digits, I guess, but the Nuggets have also not looked all that great last handful of games either. So maybe part of it.
Yeah, I kind of want to take Milwaukee, man, and buy that bad news. One more NBA game here that was looking at me kind of funny. How about the Celtics laying 5, 5.5, depends on where you're looking. They actually opened up closer to 3, but now they're laying 5, 5.5 against these Suns. And don't let the Suns get hot, Jovan. It might be too late. They've actually ripped off 4 straight wins in a row.
Yeah.
How about it? Could this be the time to fade? I kind of want to take the Celtics, who are also kind of banged up, laying 5.5 points here with no Tatum probably.
Yeah, no Tatum. And I don't know, the Celtics have been in the same exact spot, it feels like, for a couple games now. Like, they're super short against the Kings. Like, in that last game, they beat them by 20. It was super short against the Blazers, and they beat them by double digits. So, like, now they're on this super long road trip. I think this is, the 4th game of 6 Yeah,
Damn.
4th game of 6, where I assume it's going to be the same thing for all these games. So, like, I don't really know what to do. I feel like at some point you're definitely going to get there with fading the sharp side of the Celtics. I don't know if it's today against the Red Hot Suns, but I kind of would lean with you.
I kind of want to take the Celtics again, man.
Yeah.
Behind the bad news, no Tatum, fading the Suns, who have ripped off 4 straight wins in a row. Now, I will say the one thing the Suns have going for them tonight, Jovan, no Bradley Beal for
That's
the Suns.
huge.
So,
That's
and that
huge.
probably has something to do with their 4-game win streak. I mean, it's actually crazy how much of a loser he is.
Unbelievable.
He brings down the squads. Check the Carfax. Look at every team he's played on. They've all stunk when he's in the game. They stink. And with that being said, maybe I won't fade the Suns because without Bradley Beal, they have a chance.
Sure.
Okay. All right. DJ Fitz, what's up, GOAT? Good to see you in the chat. Larkin, Beal stock is dead. I mean, yeah, he stinks. He stinks. All right. NHL, Jovan. I know there's not many games. You've already talked about a couple.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Boston and Anaheim? Looks like it opened up around a pick 'em. Both teams have been struggling, especially Boston on a losing streak right now. And now we're seeing Anaheim actually catching a little bit of steam up to minus 130.
Yeah, rightfully so. I mean, it's definitely still is a little weird to see them as a favorite. I think they've only been won, 5 times so far this season, but the Bruins have just been unbelievably bad for quite some time now. Really, like since the trade deadline. The trade deadline, they had a couple games where they looked really good, like immediately after, and then it's just been awful ever since. I mean, they've been playing like one of, if not the worst team in hockey. So I'm not too shocked to see them as dogs here. And you couldn't catch me fading the Ducks as a favorite because that still seems too easy in my brain. But I really don't want to bet on the Ducks either. Just seems like at some point, especially now that the Bruins are like switching up lines, which I think this is a big time switch that they need. It's not going to like send them to the playoffs, obviously, or anything, but gives them to shake it up a little bit. I think Pasta and Middlestat's going to be a pretty fun combo to watch. I think that second line too. I was talking about that with Geeky. I think they're going to be much better. So I lean the Bruins, but I could not get there to save my life.
Okay. What about Dallas and Edmonton? Because I really wanted to get involved with Dallas, but now I'm seeing Edmonton catch steam without a couple of their stars tonight.
Yeah, it's
right?
weird.
Fill the people in on this game.
Yeah, I mean, maybe one of them's back. I know McDavid's not back, but I would say the Stars minus 135 playing the Oilers, even though it's in Edmonton, it's without McDavid and without Draisaitl. I assume that's still the case. That looks like probably, I mean, not probably. That looks like the easiest bet on the board, I would say, by a lot. So, I mean, the Stars look very trappy, in my opinion, today. Not one that I feel confident enough to hop on the side behind the bad news with the Oilers, but that line seems a little short.
Dude, it's why are we pinning that post?
Dude.
It's just
Hang
a
that
true
up in
post.
Hang that up in the Lavoir. Is that what they say, I think?
Lavre.
Sure.
W.
Hang that puppy up in the rafters.
Just me and Yale lads just get each other, you know.
Sure. All right, chat. There's your NHL coverage today. Only 4 games. Not a great slate.
Yeah.
All right, Jovan, what else you want to go over today, man?
I mean, Krabs, I don't know that we got too much out here.
I got something we could talk about.
What's that?
The Phillies play the Nats tomorrow at 4:05 p.m. Eastern. And I have to decide between taking the under in this. Yep. I got to decide between taking the under in this game or the Nats on the ML, who own the Phillies. What do you like better, the under or the Nats?
I mean, probably Nats, but I don't know if I can do this first game of the season with you, Krabs.
Yeah. I feel like this sets the tone for the whole year for the Nats. Mackenzie Gore's look good, man. He's ready. The Nats are ready.
Yeah.
They're built
You're
for
not
this
wrong.
shit.
You're not wrong.
And they fucking own Zach Wheeler. Give me the Nats at plus check. Give me the under in the game.
Sure.
Although I don't know if those correlate.
Yeah, I don't know if they do, Krabs. I'll be honest with
Yeah.
you.
Shall we settle on the Nerfy? No, I kind of like the Yerfy, if anything. I feel like if Gore does give up a run, it'll be in the first, and then he'll settle down, lock the fuck in. Like
Classic
tell you
Gore.
what. I'll tell you what, Krabs. So I like the Phillies. We talked about that on the pod just for this season. Go listen to that if you want to hear it more. But one of the big things why was I think I'm so tired of seeing them stuck on Schwarber leading off, even against lefties. So now you're finally going to get the first test of that new lineup on opening day against Mackenzie Gore. Not only a lefty, but a lefty they've seen a lot. So I'm wondering if this is the coming out party for that lineup.
If it was, wouldn't the total be a little higher?
I mean, maybe. I guess. I don't know. A lot of the totals are still
It's like the lowest total of the day, bro. Which
yeah.
makes
I mean,
no sense.
I'm not saying like they're going to go out there and score 20 runs, but I don't know. Against a lefty that they've seen a lot, I think they're better suited to handle it. I'm not super excited to bet the Nats.
Nats ML and the under are going 1-1. We got to figure out which one's hitting.
Yeah.
Wheeler fell off. Yeah, I mean, he's still good. He just can't pitch against the Nats for some reason.
Yeah.
Weird.
I mean, it's for like a legitimate reason. It's because the Nats are often built to not strike out. Wheeler has strikeout stuff, but he struggled historically like all of his career against teams that don't strike out. Now, what's going to happen with these newer Nats and how good is the lineup going to be contact wise? I don't quite know, but
Yep.
it's the reason why he's been, I don't know, really bad pitching against the Nats.
Well, luckily for the Nats, although it's unlucky overall, but lucky in this sense, their hitting coach is Darnell Coles, who teaches his players to put the ball in play, don't swing hard, swing down on the ball like you're trying to just put it in play and hit ground balls like you're in middle school. So that's who we got teaching our players to hit. And that's kind of why we don't strike out. We put the ball in play and we don't ever hit nukes because we got that bozo as our hitting coach. But against a guy like Zach Wheeler, that game plan works, right? Krabs, would you take a trip to the other Chicago stadium, aka Guaranteed Rate Field? Probably not, Chew, but you never know. I don't want to count on anything, right? I haven't heard the greatest stuff about that stadium, but I do want to get to every stadium at some point in my life. So at some point I will, right? I've driven past that stadium before, but I've never gone in there. Have to at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know about this year though.
Food is good. Food is good. Yep. I've seen some pics of that stuff. They got to get something to get people in the seats.
I also heard a gun fired off in there last year.
Yeah.
And that got swept right under the rug.
Swept.
So that kind of scares me. A literal gun went off in that stadium. Nobody's talking about it. Rob Manfred said, let me go ahead and cover this puppy up. Yeah. Insane.
I'm certain.
Insane. All right. What about, you want to tell the people what you were bitching about earlier today that you figured out?
What was I bitching about?
About the Rays.
What about?
They don't play tomorrow.
Oh yeah, they're the only team that doesn't play tomorrow. I'm pretty sure. Or only game that doesn't play on opening day is fucking Rays because we just got to be different and got to get the stadium ready because we're playing in Yankees minor league park. I'm so sure, dude.
The whole thing is just absurd if you really sit down and think about it. Like, and not even talking about them not playing tomorrow. That doesn't fucking matter. Whatever. Wait one more day. But them playing in the Yankees minor league park, I still can't make that make sense in my brain. And I know it's in Tampa. Great. Let's, get the parade get date set, right? Let's get a parade going. Let's be happy that it's back in Tampa. You're playing in your rival's minor league state. It just feels off to me. It just feels weird and off to me. Now, it's probably not going to matter that much. And can it be worse than the Trop? I mean, Jovan, you tell me. You're the one that's been down there.
No, it's better.
Maybe it'll be better.
It's just like,
yeah.
I mean, the worst part is like the limited seating. So like tickets are $1 million. The Rays tickets were already like some of the most expensive in the Trop, like in the MLB, which made no sense, which is why ownership sucks. But now like you got Rays Rockies opening day, and it's fucking $300 to get in the door. I'm like, come on, man.
Wow.
Come on, dude.
That's insane. Yeah, Nerfy Chad. I don't know who the Rays play on Friday, but I'm assuming that's the other team that's not playing. Rockies and Rays are sitting out tomorrow. Sure. All right. Yeah, Nerfy Chad, pretty beat that Jovan doesn't get to sweat out his boys tomorrow. But hey, we'll make you wait one more day, and then you get to splooge on Friday. And that's probably one of the only games on Friday.
No,
Definitely
there's
not a
like
full slate,
there's like
so.
10 games,
Okay.
but it's not.
Okay.
There's a couple games that are happening tomorrow that aren't happening Friday, but there's still a good bit.
Okay. All right. Chat, any other thoughts on the opening day slate for tomorrow? How about Zach Eflin laying -115 against the Blue Jays on the road?
It's a good look, chat. Lock that in.
I'm so certain.
What do you think, Jovan?
I mean,
Barrios had a legacy season last year too, low key. You think got some respect for Eflin? I do.
maybe a little bit, a
Yeah.
little bit, but
Yeah,
you know my Jays take this
I
year.
do. Chat, let me go ahead and reiterate this one as well. If you guys do not listen to this MLB pod tonight, I don't know what to tell you. We poured our heart into this puppy over an hour and a half long, talking pretty much everything we possibly could before the season starts up here. We're talking divisions, we're talking futures, we're talking players to look out for, the whole 9 yards. All right, go check out this MLB pod. We'll get you right for the season. We talk about every single team, all 30. All right, yes, yay, lads. That's the W game plan there. Check it out after Surge. We also have, I believe, a Prize Picks Discord March Madness call going on later today at 5 p.m. Eastern in the Prize Picks Discord. So I know some of you guys were probably in the Twitter Spaces last week that we did with Prize Picks, going over the March Madness first round. We're going to do another one this afternoon at 5 p.m. Eastern for an hour in the Prize Picks Discord. So if you haven't joined the Prize Picks Discord yet, get involved. Join that puppy now. We're going to be firing that puppy up for an hour, talking about some squares in the next round. Okay? Reeve Trees, the SeatGeek code is Bookit10, my man. Appreciate you. Make sure you plug that code in. Everybody should do that real quick in their SeatGeek app before they forget. Okay? W's. Godsynth, I appreciate you, my man. Go check out that MLB pot. Okay? Go check it out. It's pretty good. All right. Gootsy in the chat, dropping the Discord link as well to join the Prize Picks Discord. 5 p.m. Eastern for that CBB Prize Picks Square Discord call. All right? Nats over wins. Going to be as free as Russell Wilson underpass yards. How about Russell Wilson coming to the NFC East? I didn't have that shit on my bingo card.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that
dude,
much.
I'm so mad. I'm so mad we're not getting the full. I thought we were going to get Jameis, dude. I wanted to see Jameis throw to Malik Neighbors
Once
for
again,
the season.
Once again, Jameis gets hooked.
Hooked, dude. I'm actually so mad about that. Jameis with New York media would have been just unbelievably hilarious. That would have been cinema for an entire 17 games.
Hey, you never know. You never know. He could get some reps in there too. I mean, it's not like Russ has looked great over the last couple of years.
But
it's his job for now, though.
Rat meat.
We'll see how it goes. Pax Pick says, Krabs, I know you're taking the fish with me tomorrow. Yeah, that's an interesting game. Skeens versus Alcantara tomorrow. Skeens down to -155.
Good, Sandy.
That might just be an under.
Could be
might be a
no
no
under.
fun under 6.5.
I mean, yeah.
Jesus.
It's bad.
Look at all those bets on the under and the Pirates. Christ. Nerfy in that game. I wonder if they have a Nerfy square up.
For that game, no shot. 6.5 total.
If they do, then we're getting runs. Yeah, not many Nerfies up, but they got a couple.
Got a couple, for sure.
That Eflin Barrios Nerfy squares up there. Sure. All right. Awesome. Well, hey, we got about 10 minutes left, Jovan. I would not mind spending a couple extra minutes crafting up the squad ride options for today. I know it's not the greatest of slates, so maybe that's in our best interest. Taking our time, making sure we have all of our bases covered, and we have the best chance to cash the squad ride tonight. Are you down?
Let's do that.
Let's run it. Gootsy, I want to see that damn train. curious to hear what plays Jovan likes from my cart. I want to hear what you like the best out of Illinois State, the Nets, and UC Irvine, my man. Where's your head at? Because I got my thoughts, but I want to hear yours first.
I think I'd go Illinois State from you. That's probably my favorite.
That is exactly what I wanted you to say. Beautiful. We'll put that puppy in there. How about the Redbirds on the ML?
Very down. Incredibly down.
Got a weird feeling they're winning this tournament, man. Getting
Sure.
crazy line respect before it started. I think they finished the job. I do. We'll start out with Illinois State on the ML. Jovan, I really like that under on the ice from you. But I also like that over in the Wizards game. Curious on where you'd rank your plays.
The under is probably my favorite play on there.
Hell yes. Hell yes. Putting that puppy in there.
Sure.
Do we want to keep it at a 2-piece? Do you want to get another play involved? What are we thinking here?
I don't know. It's your call.
I really like those 2 plays, and then I feel like those are our 1A options, and I'm not sure if I want to add any more fuel to the fire, but why don't we scroll through? I know it's not the biggest of slates, so let me go ahead and take a peep through both, major sports here. Take a peep at the NBA. I do like that Wizards over, man. That's probably next up. That's probably next up. Is it still an over? Does that concern me? Yeah, it always does. Every day. Every day I take an over, it concerns me. That's not going to change. That's not something that I should let impact the decision here, in my opinion. That's probably up next on deck. I like the Lakers as well. I think you swayed me on the Lakers. I don't know if I like that better than the Wizards over. Actually, I don't. I'll make that clear. I don't. I like the Bucks on the spreads, but not as much as the Wizards over. I like the Celtics against the Bradley Beal-less Suns, but hey, the Suns have a chance without Bradley Beal out there, so maybe we stay off of that puppy. Right?
Yeah.
Now let me go to the ice. I just want to make sure we have all of our bases covered here. Stay off the Stars, maybe, and we'll let the Sharps splooge on that puppy.
I mean, it's not the Sharps. I'll tell you that.
The fake Sharps?
Let the public splooge on that.
Okay. Stars are cooked.
Yeah.
It's been a very popular play on my feed today.
You got an Oilers team without McDavid and Draisaitl.
Makes sense. I like Vancouver, but probably not enough to play. And I know you like that under, which we're going to put in there too. We don't need 2 plays from the same game. Devils and Blackhawks. Don't love that game. You probably have to pay me to bet on that one or watch it. Boston, Anaheim.
Kind of hate that game.
How often do you see the Ducks as favorites? But
Not
Boston
too often.
has been that bad.
They have been that bad. I think.
Right?
I think 5 times the Ducks have been favorites this year.
Okay.
I don't know how they've done off the top of my head. I can look, but not too often.
Can we? I think we're probably good on the ice after looking at that. I feel like if we do add another play, it's either the Wizards over or the Lakers. I would love to take one more peep at the Lakers splits on Pickett, if we potentially can. If not, no big deal. I can look them up myself. But would love to take one more peep at the splits for the Lakers ML. Okay. Yeah, so like I said earlier, the Wizards over could not be less public, and that under is extremely public. Super, super weird. The Lakers are a little bit public on the ML and the spreads, but maybe that's not a great sign. I mean, are the Lakers ever not going to be public? But kind of want to take the Wiz Kids over as the third play here.
Put it in.
Okay. Let's go Wizards and 76ers over 230.5. 3 plays, 3 winners. We'll run the poll for 5 minutes. Give the people plenty of time today. Let's give the people plenty of time. W Goots as well. Can we get some W Goots? Is going in the chat, killing it today behind the scenes. We appreciate you, Beast. And Daniel as well. If you're in here lurking, W Graphics as always, you're goated, man. You're absolutely goated. I hope you're in here. You deserve all the gas. Okay? 3 plays, 3 winners, chat. You got 5 minutes to lock in your squad ride vote. In the BTL squad ride poll, 3 plays, 3 winners. Illinois State on the ML, the Canucks and the Islanders under 5.5, and the Wizards over. And I'll say it right now, I'm not really happy with how this poll's starting out. Let's get some more respect on the Redbirds. What are we doing?
Yeah, Redbirds. Kind of like
Why are the
Redbirds.
Why are the Redbirds getting swept? What are we doing here? No Illinois State love? Are you guys hurt from yesterday's Illinois State play on the spreads? We don't have to lay points here today in the spot. We could just take the ML, folks. They're getting it done. That's what I'm voting for. Although, Jovan, I do love both those plays, though.
Yeah, I think this is
The
a
second
solid,
and the third.
solid
It's a
big
win-win.
3 right here.
This could be a rare win-win-win. Okay? No way we got Thrasher's birthday tomorrow. He's got to take the O's and the Terps.
Wow.
I know I've seen Thrasher in the chat over the years. Look, I've come to learn a lot about you guys in the chat and the teams you guys follow. And I know he's a big Baltimore guy and a big Maryland guy, I believe. Have a day tomorrow, Thrasher. On your birthday, you get the O's opening day and you get the Terps to sweat out. Are you kidding me? Have a day, kid. Dead Larry Bird voted for Kent State. Okay. Yeah, I cannot wait for Kent State to win this game by 20 tonight. It's going to be sick. It's going to be awesome. Oh,
what
man.
if you relapse by the time we get to game time? Is there a chance that happens?
I don't think so, man. I feel like it was going to happen on here. It's probably not going to happen at all.
With the Mac in the balance.
You know, really not in the mood to eat some mac and cheese today. I'll say it. Minus 180, Richie said. Chances I lock him in. I don't know. I'd say it's probably plus chicken.
Legit itching, dude. Itching to lock in Kent State.
But you're right, though, man. As soon as I finally hop back on the Kent State wagon is when they play their worst ball of the season and morph immediately back into the team we've bet on for weeks.
What if it's also the last chance you have to get a winning wager on Kent State?
You just want to see me eat mac and cheese, man. You don't even think they win. You just want to see me eat the mac.
You're going to be so mad if you miss your chance, Krabs.
I know. Pega says thoughts on 2,000 players entering the portal in 48 hours. Hey, I can't say I wouldn't do the same thing if I was in their spot. You got to do what's best for you and your future. I get it. But it still sucks, and it's stupid, and it's dumb. And there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. It's ruining the sport. Yeah, Pega, that's insane, dude. I mean, I thought last year was nuts when 25% of D1 players hit the portal. Try nearly 50% of players hitting the portal in D1 this year. And the fucking tournament is still going on.
Horrible.
There's got to be a better way.
I was so excited to strap up with, going and the Frogs are going to build around Vashon Alette. Gone. Frankie Collins going to come back, have a senior season. Gone. Rat piss.
Well, I'll tell you right now, you're probably not losing any sleep over losing Frankie Collins.
I'm losing sleep, Krabs. Did you watch the TCU Horned Frogs this year?
Yeah, I was watching them.
Horrible team. Really bad team.
Yeah.
They're good.
Some might say comparable to the Hokies.
Yeah, people forget. When he played early season, the TCU beat Michigan at Michigan.
People do forget that.
People forget that. Or almost beat Michigan at Michigan.
Oh, so they didn't win? You're just making that up?
No, they're playing close for a while. It was goated though.
Okay.
It was goated though.
Remember, guys, if you tie the poll, then Gooch just picks, and you guys don't get to really choose. So maybe don't tie the poll. Okay?
Yeah,
get those votes in, folks.
Can't have that.
3 plays, 3 winners. I cannot believe the Redbirds are getting disrespected like this. I can't believe it.
A lot of
3 plays, 3 winners
in the air.
It's insane. It's insane, and it's unfair, I guess is the right way to put it. It's not fair to the Redbirds.
We were balancing here, chat.
3 plays, 3 winners, chat. Illinois State ML. We've got the under on the ice, Canucks and Islanders. And then we've got the over in the Wizards game. Wow, some late life on that play. Get those votes in. Hurry up. Go, 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 go. No shot. That play just ended up sneaking. Are you guys just trolling?
Sneaking. They were just trying to tie the poll, dude.
Guys, do you want to hit squad rides? Like, this isn't a joke. It's not a joke. Like, I don't understand why we're trying to make jokes and tie the squad ride. We're trying to cash squad rides here. You guys got to give us a chance.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Chad, I expect you to be more locked tomorrow for opening day. You guys are better than this. Come on. All right. Why are you putting in plays that you don't like? I'm not. Love all these plays. All three do look great. Happy with the selection. But I'm not happy when people just try to tie the poll for shits and gigs. I want you guys clicking on the button of the play you like the most, like I've said for 3 years. Okay? I still believe it's still hitting. I'm with you guys. I'll trust. All right, I'll trust. You guys have done good enough the last week or so. You've been killing it. All right, I'll trust. But I'm a little bit disrespected there by Illinois State. I feel bad for the boys. I thought that was going to be the play today.
It might be a max.
I thought that was going to be the play today. All right, chat. Squad ride, the over in the WizKids game. W play, WBTL today. Please stick around for the third stream starting up right after this chat. Pitch Trent a winner. Okay. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow, same time, same place for MLB opening day.